Hey everybody, John at Witchdoctors. Hey, I just came back from the awesome Southeast Victory Rally down in Georgia. It was last weekend. Met a lot of people, old faces, new faces. So if you've never been there, check it out next year. But it's a really cool all victory rally. You can bring whatever, but it's a really cool rally. So anyhow, selling parts, and a lot of people came up, and the question always was, what do you think about aftermarket parts? We can't find this, we can't find that. What's the matter with Victory? Where's the parts? What do you see coming in the future? So if any of you guys saw my video I did, it's a couple years now, but when Victory closed the doors, I said, hey, relax man, the bike's going to start tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Well, I still have that attitude. Now, take that with a little grain of salt, because some of the parts, yes, they're becoming much harder to find. Okay, but there's still a lot of parts out there. There's still a lot of companies doing it. Is there as many? No. So what do I see coming? That's the million-dollar question. The biggest problems and the biggest, the goods and the bads, I'll give you. The good thing is there's still a lot of parts out there. Okay, so if you have a Victory and you're looking to customize it, you can still find things. Now the difference being, let's say you want a derby cover, or you want a set of handlebars. In the past, you might have had 5 or 10 vendors selling different handlebars. Now you only have a couple vendors doing it, and there's only a few choices. You may not have 15 different choices for, say, mufflers, but you still have choices, okay? So that's important. So when people, I see it on Facebook all the time, I can't get this, I can't get that. Yes, that's true. But that doesn't mean the aftermarket's dead. It's far from dead. We are still busy. Okay, we're shipping every day all over the world. We're still extremely busy. So don't give up on that. Don't freak out and get on Facebook and oh my God, I can't find anything. So what I notice is happening, the big companies, the Curiokins, the Arlen Ness, those bigger companies, what's happening, if you have your own business, you understand what I'm saying. If you don't have your own business, it still applies, but I get where you're coming from when you say you can't find anything. It just comes down to numbers, okay? Victory obviously has always been smaller. There's not as many companies doing it as, say, Harley making parts. So it becomes numbers to the big companies. They need to sell X amount of products, they need to sell X amount of handlebars, and when they don't sell it, they just drop the line. It's just simple numbers. There's no emotion. There's nothing, okay? And when you sell products, that's honestly the way you have to be. And it sounds bad, we all love our bikes, okay? We name our bikes. We clean them. We wash them. We don't let anybody touch them. We don't let anybody ride them. All that. I get it. But when you're in business, it's numbers. It's whether you made enough money on that product, and did you sell enough to keep the lights on and pay the gas bill and the electric bill, okay? So the big companies just start dropping stuff. Now, you may see somebody discontinue a product, but you say, but it's still been out there 6 months. I don't understand. Well, it's probably because they had a big stockpile, a big reserve. Maybe they made 1,000 of them, and it's just taking that time to use them up and to run out. Some products, they might have 5. So you see them, they go quick, okay? So if there is something you're looking for, I know money and all that plays into it, but if there's something you're looking for from some of the bigger companies, the Curiokins, the Arlen Ness, Paul Yaffe, all those sort of companies, you can give us a call, because we get the list usually before anybody to say, here's what's going to be discontinued and here's how many we have. You can always call us and we'll tell you. If you look on our website, I know people get frustrated sometimes because it says we have something available, and then when you order it, we come back and say, hey, it's not available. That's simply because the big companies are so big, half the time they have no idea what they have in stock. It is amazing to me how these big companies will, we'll call and we'll say, hey, do you have plenty of these? Yeah, they got plenty. So we tell the customer, yeah, we have them. We can get that for you, no problem. We go to order it. Guess what? They don't have it. They say, oh, our inventory was off. You have no idea how many times we hear that over and over. And the other thing is when people tell us, when the bigger companies tell us, oh yeah, we're going to have it on such and such a date. It's going to be available whatever date. So we tell the customer, hey, it's going to be available this date. Well, the problem is they don't know. So when that date comes and we still don't have it, I get it. You guys are mad at us. I get it. But we got the information from them, so we go back to them and they say, oh yeah, we're back ordered, whatever. And it just continues. I made a call the other day to a company and I said, hey, you're out of stock. You were saying these were available in May. It's June now. What's the deal? They got back to me and said, well, it's going to be at least a week before we can give you an answer on when we're even going to have them. And I said, it's going to be a week before you can even tell me when you're going to get them? It blows my mind. I just don't get it. But anyhow, just trying to explain to you how some of that stuff works. A lot of the bigger companies also make one batch a year. So if they run, say, 100 sets of handlebars or whatever, okay, you may see that they're available, but then 6 months down the road, they're not available anymore. They sold out. Well, they're not going to make any more for another 6 months. So they're out of stock. So you may see that fluctuation. You may see where we say something's gone, we're not going to have any more, and then all of a sudden 6 months later you say, hey, you just told me you didn't have any. Now you have them. That's why. The companies are only making stuff at a certain amount of time. Which then goes back to when you're looking for the aftermarket parts, okay, a lot of times now you're going to have a wait time. There's nothing we can do about that. It is simply because they do not build up the big inventories that they used to. They only build enough for what they think they're going to sell in a short period, because you don't want to get stuck with extra inventory that you can't sell. One, you lose money. Two, you have to pay tax on inventory that's sitting there. So you build smaller amounts, then you run out quicker and you have to wait. So the parts are still there. It's just a little bit more, for lack of a better word, a little more bullshit to get them sometimes. You got to wait. You don't know what's going on. But they're still out there, so don't freak out. That's the big companies. Now the small companies, what I see happening every day, you have mom and pop companies out there that make a cool product. They make a widget. They make whatever, something really cool. Well, they did that to supplement their income. Maybe they were making them out of their garage and they made a really good product. We were selling them, whatever. But they're not big enough to do it full time, but it helps out and it's cool. It gives you more of a selection. Those people are dropping like flies right now, okay? Because again, they need to get a certain price for their products. Obviously, when you have a very limited market, the price is higher. Business 101. When a lot of people are buying stuff and all, and you're making more products, you can lower the price. The higher the price, generally because the demand isn't as much, so you have to charge more. You can't order 100 to get a price break. You have to order 20. Well, with that, the price is higher. Simple economics, business economics. So the mom and pops are going by the wayside because they're really not selling as much anymore, and they just can't keep up, or you know, they're just saying, hey, I can't keep doing this because I'm not making anything. I need to sell so many and I'm just not doing it. It's not worth it anymore. So they drop by the wayside, okay? The second problem with the mom and pops that I see, and it's not the mom and pops, and I hate to say this, but it's the consumer. It's you guys, okay? I see all the time, we sell something on the site and somebody always goes in and says, hey, I can get that on Amazon for 50 cents less. I can get that on Amazon for $1 less. Well, yeah, maybe you can. But the problem is when you buy from companies like us and the other companies that are still hanging in there for the victory, that are doing everything we can to give you guys the products, to search out the mom and pops, to sell them, the service, you know, all the stuff that goes with that. What happens is the mom and pop says, well, I can't sell on Amazon and these guys are going there for 5 cents. This isn't worth it anymore. And honestly, it's not. So the loyalty is definitely going by the wayside. The old Victory Riders were totally loyal to the companies that supported the products. Now it's changing. Everybody's looking for the cheapest price, and I get that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I do that myself. But what's going to happen is, by saving that 50 cents somewhere, okay, and going through Amazon, you are now hurting the mom and pops who have been supporting you, okay? So You got to keep that in mind. These are the people that you see at the rallies. These are the people that you talk to on the phone. These are the people with the little tent selling, you know, their little bit of products that they make. They love Victory brand. They love Indian, okay? But when people don't support them, you can't do it anymore. Again, it's just the economics of it. So I want you guys to think about that next time. When you're out there looking at Amazon, see if there's somebody else that sells it. And it doesn't have to be us. I mean, it could be whoever. Okay, we sell pretty much all those products, and we sell all the mom and pop products. But there's some out there that we don't. Take a look at those people first. Yes, you don't have Prime, and you don't have all that. But keep in mind, a few years down the road, and it's actually probably quicker than that, those places are all going to be gone. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. Is it worth saving a buck, 50 cents, Amazon, or is it worth supporting a mom and pop? So that's the deal right there. So the parts are still out there. They're going to be out there. You're not going to have as broad a selection. Like I said in the beginning, you might not have 10 sets of handlebars to choose from. You're going to have 3, okay? But they're going to be out there. Prices are going to go up a little bit. Again, like I said, demand is down, the prices are going to go up. So when I see people say, well, I can buy a Harley, you know, whatever, for 10 bucks. Why is a Victory 20? I don't want to pay 20. That's what it is. That's how it works. That's business. There's nothing more to it than business. It's numbers, not emotion. Okay? So I just wanted to give you guys that little update. It's still beautiful. Everybody's still good. It's getting harder. You guys just be patient, hang in there, because it's companies like Witchdoctors and a few other that are trying to do everything we can to support you guys, support Indian, and give you what you're looking for, provide the service, provide, you know, the in-stock parts, all that type of stuff. Good pricing, everything you would expect, okay? We try to offer that every day, but it is getting a little bit harder. So when you're seeing that and you're saying, why do I have to wait? Chances are you're going to wait from anybody that you order that part through, okay? So hopefully that explains it a little bit to you. Get out on your bike. It's going to start tomorrow morning. Buy some cool goodies. Make it yours. You know, make it cool. Do it yourself. Watch our videos. Go out there, have fun, and ride safe.